Got some other kind of babysitter. She be reading me a story. I wouldn't be up clipping my nasty ass toenails.
What about it?
You used to be cool. We used to be friends, but now.
That kid is the greatest thing about this movie. Maybe. This movie's great. This movie's great, but that kid might be the greatest thing about this movie. I don't know. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say on it, ALANNIS. Let's get into it with our review of Halloween 2018. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Halloween Ranked and Reviewed, where we are on the third last episode. I am your host, TOMYE West, and joining me as always is my co-host, ALANNIS Maximus.
Or as they call me back in Ireland, the Silver Shamrock.
Happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock is terrible. So we are here to continue our Halloween Ranked and Reviewed series with Halloween 2018. Now, this is obviously the title that rejuvenated the franchise, brought it back from the dead after not having one since 2009 with Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which we reviewed last week, so go check that out if you haven't already. This is the movie that kind of decided to not annoy. Why did I say that? I'm trying to type in something while I'm talking. So this is the movie that tried to ignore all previous entries in the franchise except for the first movie. Is it the first and the second or first?
First.
Okay. So, okay, yeah. Wait, I'm confused because is she related to him in this one? No, she isn't.
She isn't. No, they saying it. I don't know if it's her directly or someone else, but there's a passing comment where they're like, "That was just rumors."
Yeah, see, I watched it, but I watched it last week because I couldn't wait to watch it, so I watched it last week, and because we watched all of them so quickly and next to each other, I was like, wait a minute, am I confused? It doesn't matter. Anyway, if you haven't already, please leave a like and a comment. Maybe tell us down below where you would rank this film against the other Halloween movies in the franchise, or just tell us what your favorite Halloween movie is, or tell us if we're fucking completely wrong with where we put this in our ranking. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to argue about it. Wouldn't we, ALANNIS?
Definitely.
So with that, let's get into our overview of this movie. Halloween, that's the title of it, just in case people didn't know. It's not called Easter, it's Halloween. This was released in the year 2018 with a rating of 18+, 1 hour and 46 minutes as its runtime. And this is confusing because it was highly critically acclaimed. It was loved by audiences, but it has an IMDb rating of 6.5 out of 10. So, I don't know. And the synopsis goes a little like this. Laurie Strode confronts her longtime foe, Michael Myers, the masked figure who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree on Halloween night 4 decades ago. This was directed by David Gordon Green. This is written by, it's based on characters by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. It was also written by Jeff Friedley, and it stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Andy Matichak, James Jude Courtney, Nick Castle, and a bunch of other people who I don't think are worth really listing off at the moment. This movie had a budget of $10 million estimated. On its opening weekend in just US and Canada, it made $26.2 million. This was released, by the way, on October 21st, 2018. And it grossed in US and Canada all in total $159.3 million and grossed worldwide $255.6 million, which is a huge turnaround from $10 million as an estimated budget. What do you think about ALANNIS?
That is impressive.
That's probably the biggest return I think I've seen on a Halloween movie so far, wouldn't you say?
I think you're right. I do think you're right.
Cool. So with that, we're going to get into what we thought about this movie. And also, we got a new segment as well, which ALANNIS is going to take the reins for in this episode. And it's called What You May Have Missed. And that's going to come up after our thoughts. So make sure you check that out. Stay to check that out. So, ALANNIS, how about you take the floor, as usual, and give us your thoughts on Halloween 2018.
I did not mind this movie. It was once again kind of, I think it was one of the better of the entries. It had some things that I didn't like about it. Like, I think he unmasked, he just looked like an old guy. I think.
Well, you got to remember it is 40 years after the fact, so they kind of had to make it that he is old. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but he looked just like a dude. I think the long hair and beard and that, from the Rob Zombie iteration, I think did it a lot more. I think he should have looked a little more just like old guy. It's I think the story was reasonable. It had a lot of cool little homages and stuff in it. But yeah, I think it's definitely one of the stronger entries, and it definitely trims a lot of the fat, which this franchise is kind of showing me time and time again that they couldn't stick to a plan or get a good plan, which is weird. But yeah.
Forgive me if I am cynical on this, but is Friday the 13th, have they ever done, like, except for the reboot one they did with in the like 2000s or whatever, has it always followed the same story, or have they ever done any like, okay, that one's not canon anymore or whatever?
I don't think Jason X ever was, because my understanding that was from another team that was more like got the rights to Jason and made a movie. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, they all just continue successively, apart from the remake.
Okay, cool. What else did you like about this movie?
The acting was fairly solid. Haddonfield itself was really good, really convincing. I think all the little kind of touches and things I liked. There was no one particularly annoying, which I also liked. And the kills, they were mostly good, but they kept to that stupid habit of cutaways again as well, which I don't like. Like, when I'm watching a movie, especially when it does have some very confrontational things, like a kid being killed, having kills where there's cutaway, it just, I don't know. It frustrates me a bit, because it's like, well, if you're going to do something gruesome, you should do it. Like, you make
it kind of baffles me that they did do a lot of cutaways in this, because say with like Halloween H2O, where there was a lot of cutaway kills, it was because they were trying to achieve a rating that would allow more audiences to go see it rather than having to be a certain age. Whereas this got an 18 and over anyway, so why wouldn't have you just pushed it and done those kills on camera? I don't know.
That's exactly it. And like the cops get turned into jack-o'-lanterns, essentially. You should have seen more of that. Like, there's more confrontational things, like watching a kid get their head beaten in. I can guarantee you that would have pushed up the R rating more than watching some dude get his face cut off. Even if it's like, they don't even need to see it full frontal. Like, you could have at least seen the people die, not just cut away from them being killed.
Well, thinking about it now that we're talking about it, I haven't really thought about it before. Maybe it's to do with the whole fact of that they were trying to capture what the first one had, which was more suspense than horror. And by glorifying it up, maybe they would have thought that people would have liked it less and not felt like it was what it was trying to achieve. You know what I mean?
Perhaps. But I think in doing that, they kind of failed a little bit, because they had gore anyway.
Well, I definitely think they pick it up though, because as far as we all know, Halloween Kills just kind of, that's all it is kill, 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 kill. So
yes,
I mean,
yes.
Our thoughts, we'll get to that when we review it next week. But yeah, I I agree with you that there was a lot of things that they could have taken a bit more extreme. You know what I mean? But I thought one part was hilarious, which was when I remember sitting in the cinema with my two friends, Walls and Peter, and I was sitting next to Peter, and when that guy gets his head stomped and it blows up like a fucking pumpkin, basically, like it just goes like, dude, me and my friend were laughing in the cinema so hard at that scene when we went and saw it that it was one of those laughs where you would like stop and you were trying to stop, but you'll be like the whole time just like, and I was crying, and like then we'd stop for a second and then you go and start laughing again. And we had people in the cinema behind us start laughing because we were laughing, like they just couldn't hold it in either. But that part was hilarious. I thought it was a bit over the top. But yeah, as a person who hasn't seen this movie before, was it what you were expecting?
I think it was maybe a little bit better. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did, which was good. Because I enjoyed Halloween Kills, but I don't know, for some reason in the back of my mind I was kind of like not expecting this to be on par with it. I don't know why. I don't have an answer for that, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Who did you like in the cast, like as in the story, and who did you not like in the story?
I think the deputy from the one who was like surviving from back then, he was a little bit forgettable. Like he's just a little bit generic, a little bit There's no one else that really stood out as really obnoxious to me.
I don't like Cameron.
Pardon?
I don't like Cameron.
Which one was Cameron?
The daughter's boyfriend.
Ah, yes.
He's a bit of an asshole. He tends to do a bit of an asshole at the end at the dance.
Yeah.
But that's what I think's funny. You haven't seen this. You didn't see this movie before today. So, or well, when you watched it, and you would have seen Halloween Kills, and Halloween Kills starts off where Halloween ends. You know what I mean? And it's so funny because Cameron's dressed like how he was for that Halloween dance in that girls at and that's the first thing you see from Halloween Kills. So I can't imagine you sitting there going, "Why is he dressed like that?" You know what I mean? But yeah, no, he kind of was annoying in it. And I mean, Judy Greer's fine in it. I don't really like. It's pretty funny when he's that sort of chubby kid's on the front lawn, and he's like, tries to kiss Alison or whatever, and she like backs away, and then he's standing he's sitting on the dude's lawn, and like the light spotlight. Oh, is that you, Mister Whatever? I'm sorry, man. Look, I'm just really drunk and I did something stupid. And Michael Myers is just standing there staring at him. Can you imagine him going, "Just shut the fuck up. I'm about to kill you, man." You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's an awesome scene too, how the spotlights go off and they come back on and you're like, you know what I mean? Like that was a really cool scene. Yeah, tell me what other things maybe you liked or didn't like about it.
I didn't get much of a suspenseful feeling out of it. But as much as I enjoy a slasher, I guess from looking at it through the lens of a Halloween movie, there wasn't too much suspense to it. It was more just like a rampage you should enjoy, and I don't think I necessarily dislike. But it was weird that it didn't kind of have a bit more suspense to it. I think it was.
It was funny. I didn't like the inclusion of the whole podcasters thing or whatever either at the start.
Yeah, podcasters. They get what's coming to them. Podcasters are really shit people.
Yeah, man. Like another podcast. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, everyone's got their podcast today. Like, fucking, even me and you. I'm pretty sure Michael Myers would definitely not come on our podcast or talk to us. So.
Yeah, I might have to look. I mean, I'm sure Pikachu's got your back at least.
He'll fucking shop whenever you want, man. So, yeah, how did you think Michael Myers, except for the whole factor when you saw him unmasked and you didn't like that, how did you think Michael Myers was portrayed this time? Do you think he did done well, or do you think it was done poorly?
I think he was done. Apart from the look without the mask, he was done reasonably well. Like he moved right. He kind of. I missed the kind of child moments, though, like in that Rob Zombie kind of introduced. I think it lacked that, but I also think they weren't going to try and replicate that at all as well either. And they were kind of going for more a classic Michael Myers.
Oh, my dog's going all nuts because Floyd's going all nuts.
He's outside now, being annoying.
Floyd!
Pretty much. Gets kicked out of here and then goes outside and barks.
It's okay, Lucky. She's crawling over to me. What? What's going on? Ready? Where is she? Where is she? It's a little Yeah, so anyway, yeah, you thought he was played pretty decently at least.
Yes, I think it was one of the better incarnations. The mask was a bit weird though, like some of the close-ups, like the way the face looked, like
it was almost like it was almost a little rounder as well, hey.
Yeah, and in the cheeks as well, and it didn't look like the same kind of.
It's still definitely up there with being one of the best, like the better masks, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. It was a bit weird though. Like there was something wrong about it. I think because I think they had more kind of round cheekbones as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And what did you think about how Jamie Lee Curtis played Laurie this time and the sort of direction they took her in this?
I prefer it. I think she did a better job than that random appearance where she's just in a mental institute 5 minutes and then gets killed like that.
Or in H2O, where she's rather than being sort of a recluse and sort of PTSD, she's more like, I don't know. She just, I think it was a better interpretation this time.
Definitely. And like she's kind of in hiding, but it's a bit more sense. Like the way she's acting. Yeah, I think it was just better done on her part and better written as well.
Definitely. What did you think about what did you think about the idiot getting on the bike in the fucking garage? It was stoned and
yeah. He was another cutaway death because that guy irritated me too, and I wanted to see him die, and then he's just knife to the wall.
Hey, I just realized that's the guy out of The Quarry.
He did look really familiar, and that's probably why then.
The Quarry.
Ah!
The one that gets his arm cut off.
That's why he looked familiar then. Because the whole movie, I'm like, I know this dude from something. So there you go.
I only just worked that out myself, man. So don't worry about it. You know. I did like how they made them again. These people sort of relatable though. Like when you saw them walking around the town at the start, like before school or after school, whenever it was, and he's like smoking, and they do a firecracker in the pumpkin head and stuff like that. I still feel like they made them more relatable too, which was good. It wasn't like when, like, I don't know, it just wasn't overacted or anything. They felt natural together. They felt like they were friends. Like the acting was pretty top notch between, like from everybody. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Oh wait. I don't like Michael's doctor. And I don't like the plot twist.
Oh, I like that. I like the twist.
You did?
Yeah. I thought that was.
When he puts that mask on, man. I can't believe you like that part, to be honest. It is the most hated part from that movie, and it's the part that everyone was like, I love that movie except for that fucking doctor in the plot. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. So I actually like that. I thought it was a good twist. Yeah. Maybe I'm just strange.
No, I'm joking. So, yeah, I mean, now that you've seen this, how do you think you feel about how it sets up Halloween Kills? Do you feel like that you kind of now feel like Halloween Kills maybe makes a lot more sense to you? Do you feel like now that you've seen the first part of it, do you feel like Halloween Kills leads off great from this movie and whatever? How do you think they go together, basically?
It feels like one long movie. Like, I don't think I missed too much because it is kind of. I got the idea of what I was going to see, and it kind of filled itself in to the point that I needed to know. But I'm interested to watch Halloween Kills again now as well, because there's going to be characters that obviously I'm less like, fuck you. Why do I care about you? So I think that'll be interesting to see it now, knowing who everyone is.
Yeah, man. Evil dies tonight. So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to reviewing Halloween Kills again. I'm rewatching Halloween Kills. I'm pretty sure there's a director's cut of it, yeah?
I don't know.
I think there's an extended cut on Prime, or I think there is an extended cut. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. Great, now my dog's making noises. So yeah, I'm looking forward to rewatching it and like getting a fresh idea of that one compared to this one again and stuff. But that's what I'm worried about. What you said, yeah, which was that you're like, oh, great. See that? See what my dog did?
Open the curtain for you.
Guess I'm doing it in the daytime now, man. Whatever. So that's what I'm worried about with Halloween Ends, which is what you said about Halloween and Halloween Kills, where it feels like one long movie, one long story. And hearing that Halloween Ends starts off 5 years after the fact, that it's Michael is like basically disappeared, like, Laurie Strode's kind of moved on, all this stuff like that. It worries me that's what I mean is they said this was going to be a trilogy, and I don't want the third one to not feel like a part of this same branching story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess we'll wait and see, because that's next week.
I'm excited and also terrified, but not the right kind of terrified.
Me too. And for everyone watching, before, if you're wondering when our review for that will go up, you can expect it next Wednesday at 11:55 p.m. Wednesday, Australian daylight savings time, 11:55 p.m. 5 minutes before midnight, Thursday. So, yeah, we are seeing a special advanced screenings Wednesday night. So your review for it will be up ASAP after we have seen it. So I'm very excited, but also worried that I'm going to come out of that and be like, fucking Michael Myers or something. So with that, we're going to get into I should quickly what I say about this. Say what I think about this movie, which is I liked it. I think it was really good. Definitely up there with one of the best Halloween movies. And yeah, basically I counteracted everything ALANNIS had to say with kind of my thoughts peppered in. So yeah, let's get on to our next segment, which is brand new. And ALANNIS is going to take the reins to this, and it's called What You May Have Missed. Now, ALANNIS, take the stage.
Allow me to fetch my handy dandy notes, because I'm professional and have everything ready right on cue.
I don't believe you, man. I don't believe you.
Okay, so I've got a few things I picked up on. The intro, I kind of thought it was a nice touch there. It's pretty much the original movie, like with the pumpkin, but in reverse, like the pumpkin's reinflating. I don't see any real significance apart from just that's kind of.
No, that is a really cool like thing that people overlook all the time. So
yeah. And the funny one that I thought, and it instantly made me laugh when I saw it and picked up on it. At one point, when the kiddies are running around and doing the Halloween thing, there's 3 kids in the silver shamrock masks. I saw that. and I pissed myself laughing. I think it's about almost right on the hour mark of the movie. When
I don't want to spoil anything as well. I don't want to spoil anything, but you do remember on Halloween Kills that they're also in that as well. Those masks.
Ah,
You remember when those people are dead on the like circle-y playground thing?
good call.
Just saying. There you go.
What else do we have? This one that's like the closest thing to a catchphrase for Laurie Strode's in there, which is do what I say, or just do what I say. It's in a voicemail, and it's kind of a throwback to the first movie when she's talking to the kids, and I think she says it in H2O. I'm not entirely sure there.
No, I think you're correct.
Yeah, and he's also referred to as the Shape, which is my understanding from what you were saying. That's how he was in the script initially. He didn't have the name Michael Myers. It was the Shape.
Yeah, exactly.
To my knowledge, the first time that's happened in any of the movies as well. And lastly, there was a lot of kind of throwbacks. Like you had the bathroom scene, which I think more so was a reference to H2O, but also Rob Zombie's Halloween with, I forget his name, the guy you like, the trucker or whatever.
Oh, Joe Grizzly.
That's the one. Yes.
I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
And there's a lot of the kills that are like from Halloween 2, like the when he gets the butcher knife. In this, he walks in and kills the chick with the hammer, and also
Sorry, I have to cut you off to say something. Like, this has, by far, one of the most well-shot, one-take, long takes I've ever seen in a movie, which is from the moment he picks up that hammer, that camera does not cut. The entire time. It's one shot. Yeah. Follows him through the house, follows him beating up the lady, goes to the kitchen, follows him past the baby's thing, out the front door again, out to the next door neighbor's house, behind, she's looking out the window, he comes up behind her and bangs her head and then slits her throat or whatever, like through the back of her throat. Dude, that whole shot, I think, goes for 4.5, 5 minutes. That whole one shot, it's just a steady cam the whole way. Some dude following him, you know what I mean? And when I first saw that shot, it inspired me so much in film school that I wrote an entire horror movie script that was going to be done in one shot. And I wanted to do it. It was around 6 minutes long or something. It was kind of similar prospect, but it was just this dude that's car breaks down. And obviously you don't know what's happened leading up to that, but it's kind of like his last straw and he just kind of loses it. And it follows him on this like 7-minute killing spree. You know what I mean? All in one take. It was going to be like my idea for this short film. And I tried to find people at school, uni, like film school, that would shoot it with me. And not one person said that they reckon that they could have pulled that off so nicely, like on Halloween. So I got to commend him for that shot. It is also very similar to the beginning of the 1978 Halloween movie, which was all meant to look like one shot and almost is one shot. But when he puts the mask on and stuff, they were able to cut around that too. So yeah, it's all kind of like bringing back from the 1978, but also done fantastic. So yeah, keep going. I just thought
and there's other scenes that were kind of references, like the chick that gets killed when she finds out there's a killer on the loose. So there's a lot of, I think, throwbacks to 2 more so than anything else. It was kind of it reminded me in a little bit of what Rob Zombie did with the first one, how like some of the scenes from 2 were almost reshoots in this movie.
Yeah, definitely. I really think that this movie it's good that it follows on from Halloween, and not the rest, I guess. But I feel like, remember, in Halloween Kills, I can't wait to review that because first of all, this movie has one of my favorite shots in any Halloween movie / any Halloween movie, which is that long shot we were just talking about. And then Halloween Kills has probably my second most loved shot / feel tone to it. And that's the throwback to the 70s part of that they do at the start of Halloween Kills, which we'll talk about later on, of course. But again, that's the sort of thing that I feel is the same, which is that they were with that scene in the Halloween Kills in the 70s part where it's like they make it shoot and feel and look like the 70s. That feels like a big callback to Halloween 2 as well, when he's sort of walking around after the events of Halloween and gets the knife from that kitchen table and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that they definitely did some great callbacks to the other parts in movies, and I know they do ones in the future as well. So I'm looking forward to what they do with Halloween Ends in that regard.
Yeah, definitely.
And is there anything else you got written down for what we may have missed?
No, that is the major things that I thought worth mentioning.
Cool. That was what you may have missed. That was a jingle I just made up on the spot, man.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get into our trivia. Jeopardy. All right. So this is Jeopardy. All right. So here is some trivia about the movie. The film's producer is Malak Akkad, who is the son of Mustafa Akkad, the producer of the original 1978 Halloween. Mustafa Akkad was murdered, along with his daughter Rima, Malek's sister, in the terrorist bombing of Amman at the Jordan Hotel in 2005. Jamie Lee Curtis has recounted how the first person she saw when she came to the set for the first day of filming a 2018 film was Malek, who she remembered as a 7-year-old child visiting the set during the production of the original film. She added that seeing Malek for the first time since his father's death immediately brought her to tears. As with the original Halloween 1978, Michael Myers is listed in the credits not as Michael Myers, but as the Shape, which is kind of what you were talking about before. Jake Gyllenhaal, of all people, helped convince Jamie Lee Curtis to reprise her role of Laurie Strode for the film. Jake Gyllenhaal is a family friend of Curtis and is dubbed by her as an unofficial godson. The Prince of Persia guy. I'm right about that. He was in Prince of Persia, wasn't he?
Yep, you are correct.
I can't believe we have to fucking review that piece of shit movie, man.
Just wait till you get to Assassin's Creed.
Oh, man. I was just about to say the same thing.
We should do them back to back.
Oh, you make me want to stab my eyes out with a pitchfork saying that. Oh, we have to work out when we're going to do those movies. Because, man, I remember watching Assassin's Creed the first time, and I remember sitting there the entire time going,
I haven't seen either of them because I saw trailers and went.
I watched it in 3D, man, and the movie was so bad that for some reason the 3D wasn't even 3D. They couldn't even.
Was that bad? It broke 3D technology.
They made a bad movie and then converted it to 3D badly. There was nothing good about that movie, you know. What was his name? Michael
Fassbender.
That's it.
See, I like him, but I don't think I like him in that movie.
Man, that he should have changed after that. He should have changed his name to Michael Fenderbender. That was a fucking car accident, man. All right, let's keep going. In the child's bedroom, the rotating features. Oh, fuck off.
Now it's Lucky's turn.
I'm waiting. Be patient. Excuse me 1 second, man. I just have to commit a murder. Hey,
Lucky!
hey. You just interrupted. What's your favorite scary movie, Lucky? All right. So, what was I saying again? In the child's bedroom, the rotating lamp features a clown with a knife, a nod to the first killing in the original film. Again! Lucky! Cut it out! Come here! Stop it! Kick your ass, man. Oh my god. This is why I shut the curtains. No point though, you know? Alright. Have you had enough? Are you done? I'm waiting till I know for a fact that she's going to stop. Just 1 second. Are you done? Because you cut me off again, I'm going to strangle you. All right. This became the highest grossing Halloween film in its opening weekend. The date the film was released in the UK and the USA is the day Michael Myers was born, October 19th.
Huh.
Michael Myers is meant to be 61 years old in this film. Danny McBride said that they originally planned to do 2 back-to-back movies, but they decided to scale it back to 1 film. We were like, let's learn from this and see what works and what doesn't, explained McBride. But we definitely have an idea of where we would go with this branch of the story and hopefully get a chance to do it. 2 back-to-back sequels, Halloween Kills in 2021 and Halloween Ends upcoming in 2022, were subsequently greenlit in July of 2019. Did you know that Danny McBride was writing these?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so Danny McBride, everyone knows who he is. Been in Pineapple Express, been in plenty of movies, been a very funny dude. Actually wrote this, and before this, he wrote some of Alien Covenant as well.
Ah.
So he has been dipping his toes into writing horror movies and sort of, you know, those big blockbuster horror movies or sci-fi movies for a little while now. And it's interesting that someone like him, who's known for comedic sort of stuff, has kind of stepped away from the camera and gone behind the camera and been a writer for these pretty successful installments in these franchises. So very interesting. While the film ignores all previous sequels and reboots, it pays homage to all Halloween films, as had been intended by co-writer Danny McBride. So yeah, you were right. We both kind of saw that they'd done that well. Hold on. With this film, there are now 5 distinct Halloween timelines. This is the first timeline. Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, 1981, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, 1988, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, 1989, and Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, 1995. Then there's number 2, which is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Then there's number 3, which is Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, 1981, Halloween H2O 20 years later, 1998, and Halloween Resurrection 2002. Then there's number 4, which is Halloween 2007 and Halloween 2 from 2009. And then there's this one, which is Halloween 1978, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills 2021, and Halloween Ends 2022. When Danny McBride was promoting Alien Covenant 2017 on the Nerdist podcast with Chris Hardwick and asked on this on the Nerdist podcast with Chris Hardwick and asked what the hell, and was asked on this unusual project for him, McBride responded, "There's more to life than dick and fart jokes. It's fun and quite honestly pretty terrifying to verge into new territory. Now it's actually even more terrifying, not because of this character, but the history of this series and reputation of remakes. We want to do something special. I mean that." I'm trying to let me read this to myself for a second because it looks like it's written out wrong, but it's interesting. Hold on. His cameo in this film makes then 70-year-old 17-year-old Nick Castle, the oldest actor to play Michael Myers. Oh, my dog is going to go barking again. His cameo in the film makes then 70-year-old Nick Castle the oldest actor to play Michael Myers. He is also the third actor to play him more than once, behind George P. Wilbur, who played him in Halloween 4 and Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, and Tyler Mane, who also did Halloween 2007 and Halloween 2 in 2009. We will do one more. The music is composed by John Carpenter, his son Cody, and his godson Daniel Davies. The trio had previously collaborated on John Carpenter's Lost Themes and Lost Themes 2 albums. There's actually a really cool behind-the-scenes stuff of them doing the score for this movie and Halloween Kills and stuff. And seeing them do some of the sound, how they got some of the sounds and some of the sort of score, like the music, like notes and stuff like that, super weird. Like they used on a guitar or something, they used a violin thing, and that's how they got the noises and shit like that. Like, just really cool, man. So with that, we're gonna get into our goose section. All right, shut up, Lucky. All right. When Aaron is pumping gas at the gas station, the pump is not actually pumping any fuel, shown by the display being blank. When he finishes pumping gas later, the pump shows the gallons and cost on the display like normal. The use of chains and large cement blocks to keep the patient stationary in the courtyard of the asylum would undoubtedly not be used today, due to the possibility that patients might injure themselves on the block, the chain, or both. The cemetery where the woman describes another cemetery not far away and says both Bernie Mac and Muddy Waters are buried there, but those two men are buried in two different Illinois towns. In the asylum courtyard, the patients are changed to stationary cinder blocks. The safety perimeter around each patient is marked with a large yellow square to match the checkerboard ground cover. As chains can move 360 degrees, the safety area should be a large yellow circle. Also, the cinder blocks aren't even positioned in the center of the safety squares. Near the end of the film, the two police officers guarding Laurie's house are requesting backup after finding a murdered policeman. The doctor, policeman, and the doctor near the police vehicle, which stopped a short distance from them. After the collapse, when Laurie's house now is on fire, Laurie, her daughter, and her granddaughter hitch a ride on a pickup truck, yet backup is nowhere to be seen. A pair of journalists would never be allowed to speak to patients in a psychiatric facility that holds murderers, much less aggravate one of them in a manner shown during the film's introduction. And Michael murders Ray outside Laurie's house near the end of the film and leaves the body where it is. A short time later, however, Laurie finds Ray's corpse in an upstairs closet, despite Michael never having an opportunity to relocate it there. So that is just some of the goofs from this movie. So with that, we're going to move on to the final part of our show, which is the ranking. Now, each and every week, we review a movie in a franchise, and we give each movie a ranking order, a place in the ranking. And at the end of said franchise that we are doing, we will tally up the ranking and see which we like most to least each. And we get two different rankings, mine and ALANNIS's. We don't come to an agreement. We don't go, okay, I guess you're right. We have separate rankings, which is always fun because it always causes contention or a laugh or something. So let's have a look. Yep. This is the previous week's ranking from last week. We'll bring that up, and then we'll bring up the fresh ranking. By the way, the ranking has now undergone a fresh new look to get ready for Halloween Ends. So this is last week's ranking. Mine is number 1, Halloween 2007. Number 2, Halloween H2O. Number 3, Halloween 2. Number 4, Halloween 4. Number 5, Halloween. Number 6, Halloween 2, 2009. Number 7, Halloween 5. Number 8, Halloween Resurrection. Number 9, Halloween 6. And number 10, Halloween 3. And ALANNIS goes like this. Halloween 2007 at number 1. Halloween 2009 at number 2. Halloween 4 at number 3. Halloween 2 at number 4. Halloween 5 at number 5. Halloween at 6. Halloween 6 at number 7. Halloween H2O at number 8. Halloween 3 at number 9. And Halloween Resurrection dead fucking last at number 10. With that, we got the new ranking. This is this week's ranking. So, we are now looking at the ranking being this. Mine goes number 1, Halloween 2007. Number 2, Halloween 2018. Number 3, Halloween H2O. Number 4, Halloween 2. Number 5, Halloween 4. Number 6, Halloween. Number 7, Halloween 2, 2009. Number 8, Halloween 5. Number 9, Halloween Resurrection. Number 10, Halloween 6. And Halloween 3 at number 11. For ALANNIS, it goes Halloween 2007 at number 1. Halloween 2018 at number 2. Halloween 2 at Halloween 2 2009 at number 3. Halloween 4 at number 4. Halloween 2 at number 5. Halloween 5 at number 6. Halloween 6 at 8. Halloween H2O at number 9. Halloween 3 at number 10. And Halloween Resurrection number 11. Still dead fucker. How are you feeling about those rankings, ALANNIS?
They're interesting. They're similar yet different.
You're always going to put this movie above a lot of them just because of
some other kind of babysitter. She'd be reading me a story. I wouldn't be up clipping my nasty ass toenails.
What about it?
You used to be cool. We used to be friends, but now.
So that has brought us to the end of our review for Halloween 2018. Now, don't worry. Halloween Ranked and Reviewed continues next week. And just let me have a quick look at the dates again for this so I don't get confused, because I'm going to give everyone the days of when we will have Halloween Kills, our review up for that, and then Halloween Ends after that. So the dates are as follows. Halloween Kills, Ranked and Reviewed, Tuesday, October 11th. So next Tuesday. Depending on when you watch this, could be this Tuesday, could be last Tuesday. I don't fucking know, man. So Tuesday, October 11th, Halloween Ranked and Reviewed, with our review of Halloween Ends on October 12th, the day after Halloween Kills, at 11:55 p.m. So I'm excited. I can't wait. Also, go check out our new episode of Pop Vultures, which should be up by the time you see this. It is actually going up tonight, which is a Tuesday night. Should be going up within half an hour, going live at 7:30. It'll be up, so you could go check it out. It's a special event episode. It's part 1 of a 2-part episode. So it's our top 10 games of all time. So you get from number 10 to number 5 in this episode. And the next episode, you get our top 5 to number 1 games. So go check it out, because it was a good time. Also, a lot of fucking work, and the edit took me forever. So it's good. It's good. If you've stuck around this long and you are enjoying what we do, please subscribe, turn on the notifications, comment, leave a like, share it with your friends, put it on repeat, play it every day in the car. If you're having a baby and your wife's in labor, play it all the time. If you're at a funeral play it, you know?
Yeah. As they're carrying out the coffin, play our podcast.
Yeah, I thought Halloween sucked, you know what I'm saying? If the police pull you over and tell you to turn the radio down and you're listening to us, turn it up. And if you find your child floating in the pool, motionless, play it.
It will resurrect them.
That'll be out, and you can then play it at the funeral. So I'm fucking horrible, man. I'm going to hell. All right, let's get out of here before you say something else that's going to get us all in trouble, you know? If your wife dies in a terrible accident, play it, you know? All right, man. Thank you for joining us on Halloween Ranked and Reviewed. I am your host, as always, TOMYE West. And joining me, as always, has been my co-host, ALANNIS Maximus. And I know usually I'd only do it when we're doing our Predator reviews, but...
You've missed that, haven't you?
I have. Please make a new Predator movie. Prey 2, because ALANNIS loves it.
Yes.
Carrying the coffin out.
What I didn't like about Prey.
Yeah. Laurie! Laurie! Alright, cool, man. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we will see you next review.